right, so welcome everyone. I'm coming at you this morning from Michigan, actually on this lake called Clam Lake, and Torch Lake is over that way, so it's kind of fun to be in a new place. But wherever you are, let's just drop in, close your eyes, or gaze downward and just draw your attention to the flow of the breath in and out through your nose. So taking a long breath in, thinking of creating length and space in your spine as if you had an imaginary cord attached to the crown of your head, gently lifting you upward. And then breathing out, thinking of imaginary cords, again rooting you into the earth through your sits bones and the base of your spine. And just really connecting with that earth energy, connecting with your roots, visualizing yourself really rooting down, and then centering yourself in your third chakra, your power center, and centering yourself in your heart center, and then connecting with Source or God, your highest potential, through the crown of your head, and then feeling that energy from Source coming down, pouring kind of into the crown of your head and then running down into every cell in your body. So just nourishing your body and breathing and feeling the expansion, feeling the softening, and just getting in touch with your natural ebb and flow. And then as we practice together, as always, the most important aspects of the practice are that you listen inwardly for guidance, you listen to your body's messages, making any adjustments you need to make the flow work for you and your body this morning. Practicing ahimsa, which is nonviolence, first towards yourself, right? And then doing your best to coordinate breath with movement so the whole practice becomes a form of moving meditation and moment to moment awareness. So I didn't bring my singing bowl with me, so we're going to begin by chanting the sound Om 3 times if that's comfortable for you. So taking a long breath in through the nose. So then we'll come on to our hands and knees. We'll begin to warm up and wake up our spines, just kind of getting in touch with where we're holding tension this morning in our bodies. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We'll exhale, draw in. Inhale, release, heart forward, gaze forward. Great. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, release out. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, release out. Great. We'll do one more cat cow. And then come to your neutral spine. Inhale, and then exhale. Look over the right shoulder, open the left side body. Inhale, center. Exhale, left, open the right side body. Inhale, center. Exhale, right, open left. Inhale, center. Exhale, left, open right. Inhale, center, one more time each way, just laterally flexing your spine. And then we'll come back to our neutral spine. Inhale, walk the hands forward a few inches, engage your core. And then we'll move into our circle, so you can make the circles large or small. Inhaling as you come forward, exhaling around and back, and just getting in touch with where you're holding tension now in the shoulders, maybe in the hips and the knees, the elbows, wrists, wherever it might be. Just gently releasing. And then when you complete this next circle, pause at the top, reverse circle the other way, inhaling forward, exhaling around and back, inhaling forward, exhaling around and back. Awesome. And then when you complete this next circle, pause at the top, and then we'll release to the floor. If it's comfortable for you, just engage your core, release your hips, open your heart, gaze upward, and then exhale, press yourself all the way back into child's pose. Inhale, come forward, engage your core, open your heart. Exhale, press all the way back. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling forward, opening, extending the spine. Exhale, press all the way back. And then find a version of child's pose that feels really comfortable for you, where you can just breathe in and feel the back body expand. Breathe out, gently release the tailbone down between the heels. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release, and then inhale, walk both hands over to the right side of the mat, open up the left side body. Inhale, walk the hands through center over to the left, open up the right side body. Inhale again through center over to the right, open left. Inhale through center over to the left, open right. And then come back up to center, engage your core, tuck your toes under. We'll come into our first gentle downward dog, so just lift the hips up, keep the knees soft, and then we'll walk out our dog, just rising up high out of the balls of both feet. Exhale, press one heel down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, heel down. Just breathing into the backs of the legs. And then when you've done that evenly, inhale and come into your plank. Engage your core, long spine. Exhale, press back to downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale to downward dog. One last time. Inhale to plank. Exhale to downward dog. And then release the knees to the floor, release the toes to the floor. Today we'll move from the core outward. So you're going to engage your core. Inhale, right arm, left leg, get long, back foot flex. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, get long. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, get long. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, get long. Exhale, draw in one last time. And then release the right hand under the right shoulder. Sweep the left arm high, open. And then exhale, thread your needle. Take the left hand under the right armpit. Inhale, open and expand. Exhale, thread your needle. Inhale, open and expand. Exhale, thread your needle. One last time, open, and then take the bicep over the ear. Get long. Inhale, bring the arm up to 12. Circle a few times. And then come back into your table. Again, maybe do a couple of cat-cows in between sides. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, release, and then come to your neutral spine. Again, inhale, left arm, right leg, get long. Exhale, draw in, elbow to knee, chin to chest. Great. Inhale, get long. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, get long. Exhale, draw in. And then we'll inhale, get long, release the left hand under the left shoulder, sweep the right arm high, open, and then exhale, thread your needle. Inhale, open and expand. Exhale, thread your needle. Inhale, open and expand. Exhale, thread your needle. Inhale, open and expand, and then take the bicep over the ear, get long. And then bring the arm up to 12, circle a few times, awesome. And then we'll release, come back into your table. Again, do a couple of cat-cows in between, maybe. And then we'll inhale, come up onto the knees, step the right foot forward, draw the navel in and up. Right, so you get a hip flexor stretch, and then sweep high, and then soften. Inhale, reach, and then exhale into a gentle twist. Bring the right hand to the base of the spine, full cycle of the breath. Great. And then release, come back, left foot forward, draw the navel, and then up, reach, soften, settle, great. And then inhale, reach, and then move into your twist, left hand to the base of the spine. Again, full cycle of the breath. And then come on back to center. We'll bring the hands alongside the left foot, tuck the toes, the right foot under, step the right foot forward. And then clasp the elbows, come into ragdoll, let the head be heavy. the knees soft, maybe sway a little bit side to side, and then release the hands to the floor or to the lower legs. Inhale, heart forward, gaze forward. Exhale, release, keeping the knees soft. Roll yourself up, 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 coming up one vertebra at a time. Inhale, sweep the arms high, and then exhale, bring your hands to your heart, and then we'll come into our standing mountain pose. So really root yourself into the earth again through the soles of the feet. Feel that earth energy coming up and then connecting with God, Source. And then we'll move into a round of sun salutation A, making any adjustments to make the flow work for you and your body this morning. So we'll inhale, sweep high, salute the sun, and then exhale, fold, salute the earth, and length, release, right foot steps back, left foot steps back, come into your plank, lower to the floor, inhale to your extension of the spine, exhale, find your way to downward dog. And then we'll inhale, release the knees to the floor, step the right foot forward, come into your lunge, left foot forward, fold, length, release, root and rise, sweep high. Exhale, hands back to your heart. And then we'll do it all leading left. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, fold, and length, and release. Left foot back, right foot back, come into your plank, lower to the floor. Inhale to your extension of the spine. Find your way to downward dog. Inhale, release the knees, step the left foot forward, come into your lunge, right foot forward, fold. Length, release, root and rise, sweep high. Great, and then exhale, hands to your heart. And then we'll interlace our fingers, index fingers together, reach high. Feel the length, inhale, then exhale, hands right, hips left. Inhale, center, exhale, open. Inhale, center, exhale, open. Inhale, center, one more time. Great, and then inhale, root down, little baby back bend, walk the eyes back, open up through the front body. And then exhale, fold forward about a quarter of the way. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. And then release, roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and we'll get ready to do a second round of sun salutation A with a little modification when we're in our downward dog. So bringing the hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, fold, and length. Release, right foot steps back, left foot steps back. Awesome, lower to the floor. Inhale to your extension of the spine. Exhale, find your way to downward dog. Inhale the right leg high, diagonal, hips square, bend the right knee, stack the right hip over the left. Open, breathe into the front of that right hip, back of the left leg. And then square your hips, and then step the right foot up between your hands, come into your lunge, left foot forward, fold. Length, release, root, rise, sweep high. And exhale, hands to your heart. And then let's bring the hands alongside of the body, turn the palms forward, and just drop in for several cycles of the breath. Allow your sand to settle. Allow your water to clear. And just notice as many sensations as you can in your body. Noticing the quality of your breath. Noticing your heart beating. Noticing sensations in the muscles and the connective tissue. And then we'll do it all leading left this time. So again, we'll bring our hands to our heart. And then inhale, sweep high. And then fold and length. Release, left foot steps back. Right foot steps back. Lower to the floor. Inhale to your extension. Come into your downward dog. Inhale, this time the left leg high, diagonal, hip square, bend the left knee, stack the left hip over the right, open. Breathe here. And then square your hips. And again, if you can, just step the left foot forward between the hands. Right foot forward, fold. Inhale, length. Exhale, release. Root, rise. and then release. Right, hands to the heart. And then listen, we'll interlace the fingers. Take the hands behind the head, right? Open up through the heart. Draw the shoulder blades together. Then exhale, gently press the chin to the chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. One last time, open. Great, and close. And then release, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And then if you can, take the arms out to the side, interlace the fingers behind you, open up through the chest, shoulders. If that's not good, bring your hands to your hips. Then little baby back bend. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Great, one last time. Good. And then come back and release. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And then we'll come in to our chair pose. And I'm thinking today we'll go in and out of chair just a couple of times, and then we'll flow on through to Sun Salutation B. All right, so we'll inhale. Make sure the knees track straight ahead. Exhale. Inhale, sink. Feel the weight in the heels, and then you want to squeeze the gluteals at the top. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Good. One last time. And then this time we'll flow on through. So come into your chair, and then inhale, rise, and then exhale, fold. And length, release, right foot steps back, left foot steps back, come into your plank. Great, lower to the floor, inhale to your extension, come into downward dog. Inhale, the right leg high, step the right foot forward, spin the back foot in, set yourself up for warrior one. Take your time, right root down, and then reach, and then soften, settle, breathe. And then gently straighten the right leg. Take the hands behind you. Open up through the chest and shoulders, little back bend. Exhale, fold out over your right thigh. Inhale, rise, little baby back bend. Exhale, good, fold out over the front thigh. Inhale, rise. Great, one last time. And rise, and then bring the hands to the heart. And then we'll open into warrior two. So turn the right foot out, left foot in, gaze out over. And then inhale, gently straighten the right leg. Reach both arms high. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach. Exhale, warrior two. Good, inhale, reach. One last time. Listen. We're going to bring our hands to our hips. We're going to do our sequence where we come into crescent lunge and then grasshopper. So if you need your block, have your block close by, something to support you, right? So we're going to inhale, lift the left heel off the floor, pivot, and then come into your crescent lunge. Draw the navel in and up so you get that hip flexor stretch. Interlace the fingers. Good, and then open and soften. Soften the shoulders. Breathe. Good. And then gently release the hands. Maybe walk the right foot forward a couple of inches. Bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. And then soften the elbows. And find a place where you can just breathe into the tension that you feel in the groins. Right? Breathe out and release some of that tension. Breathing in. Great. Just allowing the tension to melt on the exhalation. And then come on up. And again, if it's helpful to use the block, you can gently shift the weight back, flex the toes of the right foot, and then shift the weight forward. Great. And then come back. Exhale, draw the toes up. Inhale, sink into your lunge. Great. Inhale back. Great. And then we're going to come out, take the right foot back. And then we're going to set ourselves up for pigeon. So again, if you like to come into pigeon from downward dog, do that. Otherwise, from your hands and knees, just take the left foot back, flip the right foot in, and then slide on back. And then find a place where you can just breathe in to the tension, the sensations you feel deep in the buttocks on the right side. No stress in the right knee. Again, practicing ahimsa, non-violence, and just really feeling that edge that you can breathe into. Maybe cultivating the ocean breath if that's comfortable for you, the Ujjayi Pranayama. Right, and then if you wish, come on back and open up through the front of the chest. If you want to, you can catch the back foot or not. Great, and then we'll come back out, come into your table, do a couple of cat-cows. Good, tuck the toes under. We'll come into downward dog, and then gently walk the feet up, up, up so they end up near your hands. Inhale, heart forward, gaze forward. Exhale, release, root and rise. Come all the way up, sweep high. Exhale, hands to your heart, and then turn the palms forward. And again, just drop in. Drop in, close your eyes. Allow your sand to settle. Allow your water to clear. And then we'll do the whole sequence, this time leading with the left leg. So we'll come right into our chair pose. Great, and then rise, and then fold, and length, and release. Left foot steps back, right foot steps back again, lower to the floor. Inhale to your extension. Find your way to downward dog. Inhale the left leg high, and then step the left foot forward, spin the back foot in, set your feet up for warrior one. Root down, right, and then center, and then rise, and then soften. And then gently straighten the left leg, take the hands behind you or to your hips, little back bend. Exhale, fold out over that left thigh. Inhale, rise, little baby back bend open. Exhale, fold out over your left thigh. Inhale, rise, little baby back bend open. Exhale, fold out over that left thigh. And then we'll rise, bring the hands to the heart, and then open into warrior two. Look out, left fingertips. Inhale, reach both arms high, slightly straighten the left leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach. One last time. Great. And then we'll pivot and set ourselves up for crescent lunge on the left. Draw the navel in. Interlace the fingers. Reach. And then soften. Settling in. Inhale. Just really opening the front of the right hip all the way up. And then either walk the left foot forward or the right knee back. Soften the elbows and then settle in. Again, find that place where you can just breathe, pulling the breath in to the tension, letting go on the exhalation. And again, maybe cultivating the ocean breath. And then we'll come up, right? And again, if you need to have the block on the inside of the left foot, extend, just straighten that left knee a bit, send the left sits bone back. Inhale, sink into your lunge. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, sink into your lunge. Exhale, straighten. One last time. Great, and then come up. And again, set yourself up for pigeon on the left, coming in to pigeon in the way that serves you best. And then slide on down and release. And then you can walk your hands back and open up. Open up through the chest, shoulders. Release. Great. And then when you're ready, you can come out. Maybe do a couple of cat cows and then tuck your toes under. Come into your downward dog. And then gently walk the feet up, up, up. Inhale, heart forward, gaze forward. Exhale, release, root and rise, sweet pie. And then exhale, hands to the heart. And then again, turn your palms forward and just drop in. Drop in to your breath. Drop in to your body. Drop in to the earth, that groundedness, that anchor. Good. And then we're going to test out our eagle arms for today. And again, if the eagle arms are not the best choice for you, then you just go into a gentle shoulder stretch, just taking one arm across the body without crossing elbow on top of elbow. So again, whatever is good for you. So inhale the arms out to the side. And then exhale if you can, right elbow on top of left. And then inhale, little lift, kind of straighten, look upward. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, open. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, open. Exhale, draw in. Great, one last time. Good, and then release, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And then take the arms out to the side. And again, left elbow on top of right if that works. Inhale, little lift. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, little lift. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, little lift. Exhale, draw in. Great. And then release, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And then we're going to do a little balance challenge, and I'm going to suggest that you do some version of eagle pose that works well for you. If the eagle arms were a little too much, then just bring the hands to the heart. And then if once you're in your eagle, if you want to go into other balance challenges, you can, but just really kind of do what would serve you best today, focusing. And then it'll be left knee over right, right elbow on top of left. And then you're just focusing your gaze, steadying your breath. Maybe pulling in the ocean breath. And whenever your body tells you you've done enough, coming out, shaking things out a little bit. And then coming back into your mountain pose, closing your eyes, gazing downward. And again, just observing the sensations in your body with non-judgmental awareness. So just noticing what is. And then whenever you're ready, opening your eyes and then setting yourself up for your eagle pose on the left. And again, one side can be very different, right? So just inhale and then exhale, elbow over elbow or hands to the heart. And then soften. And again, whenever you feel like you've done enough, coming out, coming back into your mountain pose. Great. And then when you're ready, we're going to come to a seated position. We'll come onto our mats. Take your seat. Just stretch your legs out in front of you if that's comfortable, and pull the flesh away from your sits bones. And then we'll just inhale, reach both arms high, and then kind of soften and just fold out over your thighs. And then find a spot where you can keep your knees soft, and you can just, again, pull your awareness into your breath. And then pull your breath into the tension, gently letting some of it melt on your exhalation. And then we'll inhale, take the hands behind you, and you can either have your fingertips facing forward here and coming into inclined plane. If that's not good for you, then you can just bring your hands behind you, and you can even be on your knuckles and just open up through the chest, shoulders without taking the hips off the floor. And whatever serves you best this morning. And then releasing, if you need to, kind of flip your hands back and forth, and then inhale again, reach up, and then exhale, fold out over your thighs, and then breathe here. And then we'll inhale, come all the way up. Again, bring the hands behind you, open up through the chest, shoulders, look up. And then release. Good, and then we'll take the right foot over the extended left leg, hug in, and then wrap and look over the right shoulder and breathe here. And then gently uncross the legs, shake the legs out, and then recross, left over right, hug in, wrap, and breathe. And then gently uncross and release, shake the legs out, and then we'll inhale and just take the legs out like in a V position, and then pull the flesh away from your sits bones. Keep your knees soft, and then bring the hands to the upper thighs, draw the shoulder blades together. Again, open up through the chest and shoulders, and then exhale, just fold out over your thighs till you feel a gentle inner thigh stretch. So these muscles can be really tight, so just again err on the side of underdoing versus overdoing. And then inhale, come back up, draw the shoulder blades together, open up through the chest and shoulders, the heart center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, draw in. Super. And then we'll bring the legs in and take the soles of the feet together, right? And we'll just gently press the knees down toward the floor. And then exhale, draw in. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. One last time. Good. And then for a little variety, we'll try our seated balance pose. So we'll just take a little practice here first. So we'll take our right hand to the inside of the right foot, and let's see if you can stretch the right leg up, right, and then release, and then take the left hand to the inside of the left foot, stretch the left leg out, awesome, and then release. We'll try it one more time, right, and then left, good, and then you're going to focus your gaze out in front of you, and then when you can, shift the weight off of your sits bones just a little bit back, and then play with taking the feet off the floor, and then you can play with straightening. Oh, and if you fall back, that's okay. Just breathing, releasing, opening, stable. Woo! Right? And whenever you feel like you've done what would serve you best here, you're going to mindfully, if you can, come out and then tuck the chin to the chest. We're going to lower ourselves all the way down to the floor. If you need your block, have your block close by. So we'll just draw the chin in and then slowly release down. And when your head touches, just release the head side to side. And then inhale, stretch the left leg out, hug the right knee into your chest. Get long through the left hip. Exhale, draw the nose toward the right knee. Great, and release. Rotate the head side to side. Come back to center, lengthen out through the left hip. Exhale, draw in. And release. Rotate the head side to side. Good. And then we'll come into a single knee down twist. Take the left hand to the outside of the right knee, and then look over the right shoulder. And breathe here. And then come back to center. We're going to come into supine tree. So bring the right foot to the floor, and then let the right knee open. If you need the block to support the outside of your right knee, use the block, and then turn your palms upward and settle in. And then you can gently bring the right knee up and then hug both knees into your chest, and then circle the other way, and then come to center. And we'll do it on the left, so stretch the right leg out, keep the left knee in, get long through the right hip. Exhale, draw the nose toward the left knee, and release. Rotate the head side to side. Come back to center, lengthen. Exhale, draw in, and release. Rotate the head side to side. One last time, lengthen out through that right hip, draw the nose toward the left knee, and release. Rotate the head side to side, and then take the left hand out and take the left knee across the body, look over the shoulder, breathe here into your twist. And then come to center. And then release the left foot, come into your supine tree. And then you put the left foot on the floor, draw the right knee in again, hug the knees and circle in one direction. Circle in the other direction, then place the feet on the floor. We're going to get ready to do our bridges. So if you have a block, you're going to place the block between your inner thighs right above your knees, right? And then we'll use that block. So we'll inhale, expand, exhale, draw in, feel the vertebra, up, up, up. And then slowly, mindfully release down, coming down one vertebra at a time. tailbone touches. Exhale, draw in, peel the vertebra, up, up, up. And then gently release down. And then you can remove the block from between your inner thighs. We're going to do our supported bridge, and then once you're in your supported bridge, you can again go anywhere you'd like to go. And I don't have a block, so I'm going to demo a shoulder stand, but that's not what I want you guys to do. I want you just to put the block right at the base of your spine, where it's very comfortable, stable, supportive, and then you can explore maybe taking your feet off the floor. And whenever you feel like you've done what you'd like to do in your supported bridge, you'll come out mindfully. And then when the feet touch, you'll lift your hips and take the block out. And then slowly return the vertebra to the floor one at a time. And then listen. Once your tailbone touches, you can stretch your legs out, stretch your arms up over your head, and just do a full body stretch. You just get long, create distance between your lower ribs and hips, and then gently soften. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lengthen. Good. Last time, one, soften, and then listen. You're going to inhale, bend your knees, and draw your knees up and roll onto your right side. We're going to come back up into a seated position, and we're going to do a little bit of pranayama, and then we'll do a little bit of seated meditation, and then I'll give you some time to do whatever you would like to do. So we're just going to settle in here and close your eyes if that's comfortable. Gaze downward. And for today, I'm going to suggest that we play with the ocean breath, the Ujjayi breath. Again, for me, this is a breath that I return to so frequently, and anytime I kind of notice myself feeling off center or ungrounded in any situation, I come back into this breath and visualize myself anchoring into my power center, into my solar plexus, right? That source of personal power, regardless of the situations that we might experience. We always have choices. We always have choices how we're going to respond. And this also strengthens our throat chakra, our ability to communicate, to speak our truth, that's in a way that's aligned with our center. And again, silence is also a powerful means of communication. So whether it's not speaking if things aren't clear what the right words are to use, not speaking until the right words come. Also, pausing in between sentences can be a very powerful, again, way of communicating and emphasizing what you've said, right? So just tapping in and feeling the flow of the breath in and out through your nose, and then allowing the air to swirl at the back of the throat. And you can gently let go of your ocean breath, and then we'll drop in to a couple of minutes of either seated mindfulness meditation, anchoring your awareness on your breath, or mantra anchored meditation, using a mantra that serves you. And if you want to explore the use of a mantra, one that I was taught a long time ago was just inhaling and silently saying the word Ram, R-A-M, which is the Bij mantra for the power center, the third chakra. And then on the exhalation, silently saying Om, O-M, so the Om is the seed sound for the crown chakra. So breathing in, Ram, breathing out, Om, or just anchoring on your breath. So then you can open your eyes and maybe shake things out a little bit. And then you can just tune in, and you can just kind of ask your body what would feel really good for you to do to complete your practice, whatever that might be. So, we didn't do core work. Sometimes we do core work. We only did one balance challenge. Sometimes we do more than one, or an extended balance pose. So again, whatever would just serve you today. So when you eventually do settle in to Shavasana, you have your hands about 12 to 15 inches away from your body with your palms turned upward, your chest open, right shoulder is very receptive posture, and your legs, you have your feet about 15 or so inches away from each other, and your toes are rolling outward, knees rolling outward, opening up through the front of the hips. And then just once you're in Shavasana and you're comfortable, you're supported, you can just explore how much tension, holding, gripping, how much you can just let go of. Just kind of scanning your body gently with your awareness and just noticing any places that you're gripping. And then whenever you're ready, you can kind of wiggle your fingers a little bit, wiggle your toes, rotate your head side to side, and then eventually roll over onto your right side. Make a little pillow with your hands stacked for your right cheek. Surrender the right side of your body into the earth. The masculine, yang, action-oriented side, opening up your yin, water, feminine, intuitive side. And then when you're ready, you can use your top hand to press yourself up and come back up to a comfortable seated position, taking your seat, closing your eyes, embodying your mountain, breathing in, lengthen space, breathing out, rooting down. And then we'll close our class by chanting the sound Om 3 times if that's comfortable. So taking a long breath in. So namaste, my friends. Hopefully you can take some of what you cultivated today on your mats out into the rest of your day and your world and your interactions. And I'm going to end the recording. Stop.